Hello my fantastic friends, coin collectors and art lovers. Ooh. Right, we're going to do a nice little painting today. Something I've not done before, especially on camera. And it's inspired by a couple of little coins. So we've got the old penny. And we've also got the old farthing. So they're going to sit there like that. Have you had a little bit of a thought of what we're going to paint? That's it, we're going to paint a bike. Right, so we'll get them out of the way because we'll need them in a bit. Now, basically it's a big tyre, a little tyre and a bit of a frame, and we're going to draw it first and then we're going to paint it. So, to draw it, I've got a couple of things I found lying around the house. Now, what I would do is probably do this with a compass first, but a compass to draw the circles, but nah, we're going to use things that we can have lying around. Nice and steady, nice and straightforward. What I've done, watercolour paper, it's on my board. We've got the watercolour paints to the side, we'll use them in a minute. We've done a straight line, and we're going to work off that straight line. So we've got the old pint mug, which takes some hammer, and we get him set down on the bottom line, and we're just using his pencil. And all we're going to do is draw a nice circle all the way around. That's all we're going to do. Nice big circle all the way around. There we go. We've missed a bit there, but we don't really matter. Right, so for the inner circle, so what you want to do is you do the outside first and then work inwards. Because if you try and do a small circle first and then try and put your big circle over the top, you can't see where your small circle is. Right, so for this one, we'll pop that there. And what we're trying to do is just eye him up all the way around. See if it looks about right. And what you can do, you can put a few witness marks on in places, because this pencil will rub out, you know. And if it looks alright, if it looks like it's going to fit, let's get him in place. So that looks about right there, he says, while nudging it. So again, we're just going to draw the inside of the wheel, just like that. Happy days. So we've got the outside and the inside. We'll come back and we'll put some spokes in a momento. Right, so we need to do the small wheel, the small tyre. So for that, I've got a big old 1977 crown, pencil, and we'll draw around. Now the crown it's got a milled edge, so you might have a bit of a wobbly tyre, but we don't care. We don't care. Just as long as it's in the ballpark. There we go. There we go. Now for the inside, we might as well use the old penny. The big old penny. Now let's get him somewhere, right? Now I'm just eyeing this up, but you could measure. You could measure this. See what that looks like. About so. Looks okay to me. Nice little inside diameter. Excuse the hands, folks. Just like so. So we've got big wheel, little wheel, and a cardboard square. Not a box. Right, so what I'm going to do, because we need a right angle to draw some spokes. Now you could use proper drawing equipment for this, but we're not. We're going to just use what we've got to hand. And if you've not got one of these, take a picture off the wall and there's some. Don't blame me. Right, so we're lining the bottom up with the horizon line, and we're going to just about there like so. So it's nice and square. And we're going to put a real faint line. Is that about so? Just like that. Now the fainter you do this line, the better, because if you make any mistakes, it's a little bit difficult. It's not impossible, but it's a bit difficult. Now I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it is. And we'll come back with a pen and we'll highlight all these as we go along. So let's get the beer mug out of the way, it's in the way. Same on the little wheel. So we're just lining this bottom edge up with a straight flat line. This will give us a good straight edge to work off, going up there like so. Just like that. So we've got two halves. Now what we need to do is split these halves up. So what we do is we measure this, and this is 85, and so we can half that. So 85 is, well, in fact we'll go to the big diameter. So that's 95. So that's 95. So half of 95, 47.2, yeah, 47.5. Right, so we can mark that up there like so from the bottom line. 47, just there like so. And that's his halfway line, and then all we need to do is just line this up, and we can put this line there like so, just like that. Okay, so then we've got 4 quarters. Now all we need to do, nice and easy this. Now we could mark it all out properly, engineering wise, but if this half and this half, sorry, this segment here from this line to there and this line to there looks about right, that's what we'll go for. That's what we'll go for. There we go, it works, doesn't it? So same on this one. So if these two segments look about equal, that's what we'll go for. And don't worry if it's not. Again, this is just a drawing, stroke painting. We're not really making perfection, because if you want perfection, you need to go see a photographer. You need to go see a photographer. Right, so we'll work on the little wheel now. So again, we'll measure this one. So what's this one? The diameter is 40. Oh, well, it'll be about 38. So again, from here, we'll take it down halfway. Just like so. Now you could use your square for this, on your cardboard square. But we're just trying to do things simple and quick. With our busy lifestyles, we haven't got much time to play, I'm afraid. So just like that, we're just segmenting these wheels up. We're adding the spokes, just like so. Happy days. So that's it. I mean, you could divide them up even further when you've got more time, but we've spent several minutes doing this already. Now, what we need to do, we need to draw a little hub in the middle, and it don't have to be perfect. And again, a little hub there, like so. And what we'll have the handlebars. So they come out like so at the top, and then we've got a frame that comes down this way. Right, so let's start here, and we're just going to freehand. Shouldn't be too difficult. And on the other side of the hub, just down here, just nice and freehand, just like so. And I'm resting on the paper, and we can put a little line under there, and then we can put another line there like so, because this is the hub. This is what your steering parts will go into. And then at the top we'll have the handlebars. Am I still in shot? I think I am, just about. And they come down just like so, and we'll give him a little bit of a kick up there like that. So that's the handlebars, and what we're going to do, we're going to try and line up from here all the way to there. So get yourself in a comfortable position, and with one straight arc down like that, and then same on there. So get yourself in a comfortable position, straight arc down like that. Now I lost a bit of space there, but it doesn't matter. And we'll do that just like so. So then we've got the basics of our penny farthing. Now we need a seat on this. Now the seats have a spring, so it's basically a leaf spring, which is a piece of flat metal. Again, a couple of arcs, nothing too hard, nothing too strenuous. And then on top of this, we're going to have a nice little seat. So basically, it's just a seat like that. And then he's attached to this spring, just like so, just like so. There we go. And then I think there's a peg around about here, so the old chap can climb on top. And then for pedals and cranks, we're just down like so, maybe a bit like that, and then opposite that we'll put that there, just like so. So there we have it. There we've got his basic drawing. Join me in a minute. I'm going to get the paints out and then we'll paint him. So here we go. We've got the paint pot out with a dozen colours, the watercolours. We've got 3 brushes. We're just going to use filberts today and the little modelling paintbrush that I got a couple of weeks back. We've got tissues. Well, actually, I've got my old paint cloth here, which is just like a tea towel, and some water in a bowl. Right, so first thing, we're going to try and make a nice, let's use a big brush to mix, dark colour, dark grey colour. And we're going to take the browns, and we're going to take an orange, and to that we're going to add a bit of the blue, and we get a dark rusty metallic-y bluey colour. Now you can test this on a bit of card to the side if you wish, and I do wish, so let me go get a bit of card. Here we go, so this is the bit of card. And we've got that. What does that look like? Looks like a nice colour to paint with. Because remember, most of these were dark, and the photographs that we found are very dark as well. So, same again, we're going to try and paint. Now I'm going to leave the edges here, so we'll come back with a little brush and touch them up, but for the big arc, for the main part of the arc, we'll just use the best side of the filbert brush, and we come down just like so, right over the tyre. Don't worry about that, because remember, this is holding your bike together, just like so. And then we can do the other side, but we'll make him a bit darker, so I'm going to add a touch more blue. And we'll come down here. And we'll just start to paint within your lines. Now, this is kind of against my grain, because I don't like painting in lines or copying paints like this, but it's good. It's good. I usually like painting free things, because if I make a mistake, nobody notices. I hope they don't. So just like so, let's get this little tiny brush, bit of the paint on, and let's neaten this part up. Just like that, easy peasy. Easy peasy. Right, get a bit more down here. Let's paint the hub where the wheel is attached to the frame. Very, very flimsy frame, if you ask me. I don't know how these Victorians, well, many of them didn't survive riding these things. They had plenty and plenty of accidents, I can assure you. The stories I've read. Crazy stuff. Right, so with this we're going to paint the little leaf spring that's underneath the seat, that's holding the seat to, the frame. So all we do, a bit of the same colour, just a touch more blue in there, and we're just going to add that under there just like so. There we go, all the way around, just like so. Just like that. And then what we're going to do now, I think we're going to concentrate on the seat. So the top part of the seat, so I'm just swirling the little brush off here. I'm going to paint it a nice red colour. I love this colour, this crimsony colour. So all we do, water and crimson, and again we're just filling in where we've drawn. This could be like one of those nice leather seats that you see in old Victorian houses. So let's richen that up a bit with a bit of brown. And while it's still wet, we can add it here, just like that. Then as nice and easy, just like that. Now the light will be reflecting off the wet paint, but don't worry, it'll soon dry out and go. We'll work on the underside of the seat. So for that, what we'll need is we'll take a bit of brown, and we'll take a bit of blue, and I'm leaving a faint line between the seat itself and the underside of the seat because I don't want them to bleed together. There we go, just like that. Right, so we need to put this peg on the back end as well. So blue and brown. There we go, just there, just like so. So we've got something to stand on when he gets up there now. Right, handlebars time. So again, same colour. Now I'm going to try and leave a faint line between the frame and the handlebars. Again, in my opinion, it's what you don't paint can be as important as what you paint. Nice simple little handlebar with the handles on. No brakes. To stop this machine you must have crashed it, and that's about it. Coming with some raw blue on the mucky brush, and while it's still wet here and there, just gonna, especially on the underside, tickle the flavour about a bit, just like that. That's good. There we go. Right, spokes time. No, we'll leave the spokes to the last. The forks time. So same colour, and all we're doing, again, faint line of white paper between the frame and the fork, and we're bringing this down just like so. That can do this, you know. That can do it. And I'm talking to everybody, not just myself. You see, if this were a tree and I were painting this now and I make a mistake with a tree, nobody would say, oh, you put that branch in the wrong place. But if I get this wrong, people will be saying, hey, that fork looks like it's made out of rubber. Right, so we've painted one side of the fork. Well, we've painted the front edge of the fork. Let's paint the back edge. So I'm just darkening it up with a bit of more blue in there, touch of crimson as well, just to change the note and the flavour again. And again, just work within your lines, nice and straightforward. Nice and straightforward. Just like so. Just like so. There we go. Right, so when that dries, that might look like a bit of shadow. Okay, so let's work on this back edge of the pedal. So for that, all I've done, same colour, but I've thinned it out a little bit more with a bit more water. And if we wish, we can get this test piece Yeah, 6 mistakes I was making earlier trying to draw. This must be a... I don't do it all in one go, you know. I don't think, oh, I'll just do that today and quickly it does it. It takes a bit of planning and effort, some of these videos, I tell thee. Right, so that's the back. That's the back pedal. Let's paint the foreground one. And that will come there like so. So let's try and richen that colour up a touch. So we'll do that, we'll add a bit more blue. Darken it up a little bit blue. Maybe a bit of green in this one. See what colour we've got. Right there, that's better. That's better. That's better. Put a bit of something there. There. Clean the brush, dry the brush, and come straight into brown. Bit more water on the brush, bit of brown. And we'll fill this in, and we'll have a pedal. There, just like so. Just like so. Let's get this done. So a bit more water on here. A bit more shadow. There, right. So now let's work on the wheels and the tyres. I'm a bit conscious of time, but we don't care. So, we don't care, do we? We're having a good time. So I'm just going straight into brown. Just straight into brown. And all I'm going to do is paint the inner edge there. Just like so. Now this is going to be a bit tricky. It's going to be a bit tricky in places, but again, we're not perfectionists. We're not perfectionists. All we want is something that resembles a painting at the end of the day. Just like so. Bit more paint. All the way around. All the way around. Just like so. There we go. Anyone can do this. There we go. There we go. Right, let's do the other bit. We'll come around here. And I would have changed the paper around. I'd have flipped it so I can get to it quite comfortably if I wasn't filming. There we go. There. Let's have it. That's the inner edge of the tail. Let's do the small one. Right, down we go. Painting circles has got to be the most difficult thing I've ever done in art. Because people soon notice if it's off. Just like so. Right, I'm going to leave that to dry. Well, I mix up some paint. Right, folks, we're back. And I'm still conscious of time. So we mixed up a dark colour. And I'm just going to put this dark colour on the outer edge of the inside of the outer diameter. Just like so. So this would be the rubber wheel. I think there was solid rubber, just like that. And then we'll do the same on the other one. If you just give me a second. So we'll come back up here. And we've got that colour going. See, this is why I take my hat off to watercolour artists. that paint vehicles and planes, boats. The time it takes is unreal. I could have painted a nice big 2 foot by 2 foot canvas in the time it's taken me to sketch out and do a few lines on paper, because we haven't painted much, we haven't used much paint. Just like that. But what it is, it's nice and peaceful, it's nice and relaxing. It's a bit of escapism in this mental world, I keep telling myself. Right, so we've got that done. Now I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to work on the spokes, which won't take too long, trust me. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. Right, we're back, folks. I've got a little ruler here. What's it say? True friends. It's just a straight edge and marker pen. Now this seems to be dry. I've left it about 5 minutes, and what I'm going to do, gently put down on there. I'm not going to press on the painting as such, and I'm just going to gently go over the pencil mark with a marker pen. This is all you have to do to put the spokes in. We don't have to paint the spokes, just use the marker pen, and only gently. You don't have to go mental on this, you don't have to go berserk as such. There we go, just line it up. There we go. Final one. So how did you find this picture? Did you like it? I'm going to tell you something now. Even though I enjoyed it, this has got to be the most hardest thing I've ever committed to painting on camera. I mean, the hardest thing I've ever painted was his living room with all the walls, different colours. But on camera, this is definitely the hardest thing to paint. And if you've watched all the way through, God bless you, because it's going to be a lengthy video. I think it's going to be over a half hour. So there we have it. That's the spokes put in. What I'm going to do, final couple of things. I'm going to grab a filbert brush. Where is it gone? There we go. I'm going to dip a bit of water, dip it into a bit of green, and we're going to put a few shadows down here. Just like that. Bit of green, bit of, just like so. Grab his little thinny brush. Bring the paints back towards me, would help. Bit of red. And we'll just sign this one down here. Just like so. There we go. So, let me know what you thought of this. Did you enjoy it? I did, but it's pretty difficult. But we got there in the end, didn't we, folks? Anyway, until next time, I do see you later. Take care. Happy days!